I've always been somebody that gets really excited about life. And maybe that sounds like a really just basic thing to say, but I like to make every day feel special and magical, and like Christmas Day. And I feel like the way that I've done this over the past years is by letting go of outcomes of things and instead focusing on the process and enjoying the day to day of creation. We were best of friends, but having said that, these last few weeks have been really up and down with a lot of unexpected changes, and it's really interesting to have so many celebratory moments and beautiful moments side by side with a lot of endings. I'm not like a typically like sad person. I typically lean more towards like being positive, but I feel like these last few weeks have really like just been a lot. Just been a fucking lot, you know? It's alright. New beginnings! New beginnings! New beginnings! I think that whenever we choose the new path and we have courage to just try something new and jump in hopes that the net will appear, that we're essentially saying that we have confidence in ourselves by letting go and becoming a master of accepting change and even accepting failure. You become a master of life. I think the biggest life lesson that I have learned over these last few years is that we can't control our environment all the time, and we do get comfortable in certain situations. And even though it can be hard to move on and, accept change when we're going through a storm, instead of trying to control the outside world or our environment, the true power and peace comes from when we turn our energy inwards and focus on feeling good ourselves in no matter what situation, because there's always going to be change. That's life. That's how we grow. That's how we feel love and happiness, even, is through moving on, So this is a video about just that, letting go, moving on, and looking forward to what's next. This episode in the Artist in Paris Diaries is sponsored by BetterHelp. Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this video. So for those of you guys that don't know, BetterHelp is an online therapy resource, and what I love so much about it is you can talk to a licensed therapist from anywhere in the world 24/7. All you have to do is log in and message your counselor through video or on the phone. They're available to talk to you. So how it works is you fill out a short questionnaire, and they will match you with a licensed therapist that is perfect for you. And they also make it really easy to switch therapists if ever you feel like you're not vibing with the one that they have matched you with, which I think is super important, because I think a lot of times people are nervous to try therapy because you're like, what if I don't feel good with the person I'm talking to? But yeah, they make it super easy to switch. Another plus about BetterHelp is it's a lot more affordable than traditional counseling, and they also offer financial aid. So just like in traditional therapy, all of the therapists on there are fully licensed and really good at what they do, with a wide range of expertise. So you're sure to find somebody on there that you can vibe with, and it's just really nice that you can pick up the phone at any hour and have someone to talk to. So if you would like to try online therapy, I would highly recommend it. And they're actually offering 10% off your first month for everyone that is watching this. All you have to do is go to betterhelp.com/purple. That's betterhelp.com/purple. So thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into the vlog. Hello, friends. Lots of stuff going on this week. I want to sit you down so we can chat. Oh. Oof, girl. Why is it always like this right now? I'm having a bit of a time this last week. Ah! Do you ever have moments where you're just like, I wish I could be in a forest? Like, if you live in the city, or you ever just like, I wish I could be in the forest so I could just like scream. If I screamed here, they'd probably send up somebody to check. Probably even not even, to be honest. I feel like right now is a time of big transitions in my life. Some unexpected ones, and just like unexpected feelings that I've had. I feel like really emotional these last few days. I feel like something about myself that I'm really proud of is like, I've always sort of known when it's time to go. You know what I mean? Like, I've always known at the party when it's time to leave. Unless I'm like drunk, which I don't even drink anymore. But like, I'm really like in touch with my feelings, and I've always known when it's time to like leave a relationship. I've always known when it's time to quit a habit. I've always known when it's time to like leave and go to another country. And I feel like that's how I feel about this apartment. Like, I feel like it was a good passage in time, and now I'm ready to go. And another really crazy thing is I'm also leaving my art studio, which, if you guys have been watching me for a while, like, I love the convent so much. My art studio is in an ancient convent, and I plan to stay there for a while, but it's really fucked up, honestly. So I don't know why I'm laughing. It's just like, you know, when you're having like a day and you're just like, honestly, like the roof could cave in, and it's just like, it is what it is. So it's been a while now, like probably since like maybe like December-ish, that there's been like a mice issue, and especially it's affected me because my studio is like connected to the kitchen. I honestly wouldn't even want to work there at night because I'd see like mice. But at first it just started off kind of like chill, like a mouse here and there, but like I wouldn't see any of like the dégâts, like any of the bad shit happening. But these last few months it's just gotten really, really bad, and then today I got there and like, oh my god, I always know when I'm about to cry because you can like hear it here. It's like overwhelming, honestly. I've been gone for like a week and a half, and I've come back, and there's just been like so much damage done. But I actually have to like throw away some of my paintings and sculptures and things. So yeah, basically today I'm going through like all of my stuff, getting rid of some stuff. What's really frustrating as well is like months and months of working on a piece, months and months of like just like materials and things, and like I don't really have any place to stock those things. So I have a friend here, and he was like, well, you can leave some of your stuff in my studio, but it's like a lot of stuff I'm just gonna end up having to throw away because it's just been too damaged. And so I literally spent like the whole day like throwing away like a ton of my sculptures, and just like checking my amps to make sure like the mice haven't like scratched into them. And honestly, for me, it's like a little bit more like, I love my studio, but it was more like I was attached to the actual convent itself, because like the people there were sort of like a family to me. I don't have like a family and friends. So, like, when I would go there, it's like I would always have like the lady who like works in the kitchen, and she'd give me brownies, or like, you know, I'd sit and have coffee with I don't know, I just feel like really sad about it. And I guess the thing is like, it's too fucking expensive to be going to like keep renting if it's gonna be those conditions. And also like, I can't like sell those works anymore because of like the dégâts, and I'm honestly scared of fucking mice. I don't know. I feel like lately my videos have just been like very like struggly, and I think you just have like cycles like that in life, and I know that I personally really like to watch these kind of videos because it makes me feel less alone. So I just want to share like some of the things that I'm going through. I mean, there's a lot of good things too. Yeah, like I'm working on music with some people. I'm working on Fuck the Art World. I'm doing a bunch of cool shit. But I think that endings are always really hard. Like I think that like sort of like especially end of eras. I used to always get super attached to like apartments or like even like bedrooms from when I was a kid. Like I remember we moved from an apartment once and I went back and like visited that like my adolescent bedroom like from like 13 to 17. We ended up just like leaving the house empty and I had written on my ceiling when I was like a teenager like the name of like the boy I was dating in like clouds. And a few years later, I was like in Florida and like I was around that house and I went and I remember I had left a window unlocked so in case like we wanted to go visit it, and my room had like was exactly the same, and even like our kitchen had a paper with like all of our friends' phone numbers on it, and like the name of the boy that I was dating was like on the ceiling. But yeah, like why do I think that we get attached to places? I think it's not so, it's kind of like in Harry Potter, like the Horcrux. It's not like the object itself, but it's like everything that we've lived inside of the object. And I think for me, like the convent and this apartment itself like came at a time where like I really just needed community and I really needed like a safe space to heal. And like I felt for a while that I'm ready for like a new chapter. um I'm ready to own my own apartment. I'm ready to like just like level up, you know what I mean? But I think it's also bittersweet when you're leaving behind like memories and a part of yourself, and I've always felt like that no matter what chapter I'm ending. I'm a very like romantic and nostalgic, I guess the word is, person. But I have heard, jeez Louise, why is that so goddamn bright? But I have heard, and I also sort of adhere to this, that we should always choose the new path. So I don't know. I just want to ask you guys too, like, what is an area in your life right now where you feel sort of stagnant, where you feel like you need change, where you feel like it's sort of dead, done, over with, and it's time to pick the new path? I honestly feel like every time I pick the new path in my life, whether that's like leaving a toxic relationship or, you know, moving to a new country, quitting a job I fucking hated, and trying, like, even YouTube, like, just all this stuff. I feel like every time I've chosen a new path, it always works out, you know? I don't know what it is. I think it's just, like, nature favors the bold, baby. You know? So, be honest, like, maybe sit down and be honest with yourself, like, what is, like, an area in your life where you feel stagnant in? And if I'm crying about like the art studio and just like all these changes, it's not because I don't feel ready for a change, but it is like bittersweet, I think, you know. It's bittersweet because you just realize how quickly time goes by. You realize how quickly time goes by, and just like and it's like we just have to be really present for it, you know. We have to be really present for it. Anyway, I don't even know what this video is. I just been feeling like very emotional. Just feeling very emotional today, and I just wanted to share some of the struggles because that's what we do on the Purple Pea. Okay. I don't know. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's the cat. So I think this next week is gonna be really crazy, moving out of my studio, because the thing is like I'm leaving my art studio like in 2 weeks because I'm like, fuck this. I'm like, that's just not the conditions. So all of my artwork I'm bringing into here, so it's gonna be like crazy. Like all the things that I didn't throw away, I'm bringing in here. So that's gonna be that. I started running this morning. You know what I like to do when I run is I like to pretend that there's a killer chasing me. It's actually kind of fun. Because it's like, oh my god, like imagine if a killer, like I always imagine him with like the Scream mask on. And like how fast could you actually run if like the scream killer was coming after you? I honestly think I wouldn't make it because I feel like I'd just like get tired out and just like fall to the ground. Anyway. Okay. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. I don't know what else to say. It's just like what's up lately. Love ya. Life is beautiful. Life is fun. And just keep affirming. I think that's what I'm going to do this week, is do like a lot of affirmations. And remember, I am the owner of my universe. Hi you guys, so it's a new day and I just wanted to come on here before I ended the video and just say thank you so much for your support and for making me feel like this is a safe space always to just share whatever I'm going through. I know that I mention it quite a lot in my videos, but I think I can never really mention enough how much I appreciate our like online parasocial relationship. And I know that a lot of people think parasocial relationships are weird or whatever, but I honestly, when I look back at like the last 5 years of my life, this community has just given me so much. So I think that it's important in my content to share the celebrations and also share some of like the more difficult stuff, because I think that at the end of the day, the two are not mutually exclusive. Like, you can very well be very excited for the future but also be grieving something that's ending, you know? So I always want there to be those contrasts and that honesty in what I'm sharing online. You learn as you go, and sometimes we don't see the effects of what we're doing in the present moment until like years later. So I think that you know, it's very normal to want to share and be vulnerable, but also be playing with these lines of like, what is too much, how do I feel about this, etc. So anyway, a lot has changed since I filmed that day. A lot of exciting things that I want to share with you guys, but I also, like I said, want to keep sharing in the moment stuff and not just waiting until there's big wins and things, because that's personally like what I like to watch. I like to watch people going through shit. I don't know why. I think it's just like a human thing of, you know, we feel less alone when people are opening up to us, and that's how I personally feel. So anyway, I'm excited to take you guys along on the exciting journey of the next few months. A lot of exciting things are happening. But yeah, I also just wanted to say, if you guys made it to the end, leave me a comment that says change is good, as well as just plug what I'm doing. I have put out a series of affirmation journals this year, so if you guys want, you can check those out, as well as I put out my first EP that I was talking about. And I also have a Patreon, so if you guys want to support what I am doing, I also do podcast episodes on there. We have Zoom parties, and I think we're gonna have some summer meetups as well. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for being my friends. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!